You walk into a crowded room and immediately feel the energy drain from your body. The noise. The chatter. The overwhelming presence of dozens of people all talking at once. While everyone around you seems to be feeding off this chaos, you're searching for the nearest exit, wondering if anyone would notice if you just slipped away. And you know what? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Today, we're going to talk about something that might change your entire perspective on who you are. Because you, my friend, as an introvert living in this relentlessly loud world, aren't broken. You're not defective. You're not missing some crucial piece that everyone else has. You're actually equipped with something extraordinary, something that gives you an edge that most people will never understand. The power of your quiet mind. Let's get one thing straight right now. The world has been lying to you. Society has been feeding you this narrative that to succeed, to matter, to make an impact, you need to be the loudest person in the room. You need to network constantly, speak up instantly, and never miss a social opportunity. But here's what they don't tell you: some of the most influential people in human history were introverts. Bill Gates, Rosa Parks, Albert Einstein, J.K. Rowling, Steven Spielberg. These weren't people who conquered the world by being the loudest. They changed everything by being the most thoughtful. You see, while everyone else is busy talking, you're doing something far more valuable. You're listening. You're observing. You're processing. And in those quiet moments that make other people uncomfortable, you're seeing patterns that everyone else is too distracted to notice. Your introversion isn't a weakness. It's your superpower. Think about it. In a world where everyone is desperate to broadcast their every thought, where social media has turned everyone into their own 24/7 news channel, your ability to step back and reflect is incredibly rare. While others are reacting, you're responding. While they're speaking without thinking, you're thinking before speaking. And that makes all the difference. Your quiet mind is like a deep ocean. On the surface, it might look calm, almost still. But underneath, there are currents of thought flowing in directions that shallow minds can't even begin to explore. You don't just skim the surface of ideas. You dive deep. You turn concepts over in your mind, examining them from every angle until you truly understand them. This is why your contributions, when you do share them, carry weight. When you finally speak up in a meeting, people listen. Not because you've demanded their attention, but because you've earned it through the quality of your thoughts. Your energy is precious. Now, let's talk about something crucial that you need to embrace without guilt. Your energy is finite, and that's okay. You've probably been made to feel bad about this. Someone has called you antisocial. People have accused you of being unfriendly or distant. They've questioned why you need alone time, as if wanting to recharge your batteries is some kind of character flaw. But here's the truth: understanding your energy limits isn't a weakness. It's wisdom. Extroverts gain energy from external stimulation. You, on the other hand, generate your energy internally. Social interaction, while it can be enjoyable, costs you something. And there's nothing wrong with being strategic about how you spend that energy. Think of yourself as running on a different operating system. You're not worse or better than extroverts. You're just different. And once you stop trying to run their software on your hardware, you'll stop crashing all the time. This means you need to stop apologizing for needing downtime. Stop feeling guilty about leaving the party early. Stop forcing yourself to attend every social event out of obligation. Your time alone isn't you being antisocial. It's you being responsible with your most valuable resource, your energy. And here's something beautiful: when you start honoring your energy needs instead of fighting them, you'll find that the time you do spend with others becomes so much richer. You'll be fully present instead of running on empty. You'll contribute meaningfully instead of just going through the motions. You'll build deeper connections with fewer people rather than shallow connections with many. Quality over quantity. Always. The world might try to convince you that you need to be on all the time. But you know better. You understand that rest isn't laziness. Solitude isn't loneliness. And preserving your energy isn't selfishness. It's self-respect. Depth over breadth. Let me ask you something. Would you rather have 100 acquaintances who barely know you, or 5 friends who truly understand your soul? If you chose the latter, you already understand one of your greatest strengths as an introvert: your capacity for deep, meaningful connection. While the extroverted world celebrates having huge networks and extensive social circles, you've been quietly building something far more valuable. You've been cultivating relationships that actually matter. Friendships that go beyond surface-level small talk. Connections that sustain you through the hard times and celebrate you during the good ones. This isn't because you're incapable of meeting lots of people. It's because you're selective about where you invest your emotional energy. You recognize that true friendship requires time, attention, and vulnerability. And you can't give those things to everyone, so you choose wisely. The same principle applies to your interests and passions. You don't dabble in everything. You don't jump from hobby to hobby, collecting experiences like Pokemon cards. Instead, you go deep. You become genuinely skilled at things because you have the patience and focus to stick with something long enough to master it. This depth of knowledge and skill sets you apart in a world of generalists. When everyone else knows a little about everything, you know a lot about the things that matter to you. And in our increasingly specialized world, that expertise is incredibly valuable. Your ability to focus intensely on one thing without being distracted by every shiny object that passes by is a competitive advantage. While others are spread thin across a dozen different projects, you're channeling all your energy into the things that truly resonate with you. This focused approach extends to your work as well. You're not the person who thrives on multitasking or constant context switching. You need time to immerse yourself in a project, to really sink your teeth into it and understand it from every angle. And when you're given that time and space, the quality of your work speaks for itself. Don't let anyone convince you that you need to be more scattered, more diluted, more spread out. Your depth is your strength. Own it. The art of strategic visibility. Now, I'm not going to lie to you and say that you can completely avoid the loud world. Sometimes, you need to step into the noise. Sometimes, you need to network. Sometimes, you need to speak up in meetings or present your ideas to groups. But here's the secret that will change everything: you don't have to play by their rules. You can be successful as an introvert without pretending to be an extrovert. You just need to be strategic about how and when you engage. First, preparation is your best friend. While extroverts might thrive on improvisation and thinking on their feet, you excel when you've had time to prepare. So use that to your advantage. Before that big meeting, spend time organizing your thoughts. Before that networking event, research who will be there and think about meaningful questions you can ask. Second, choose your moments. You don't need to be visible all the time. You just need to be visible at the right times. Make your contributions count. When you do speak up, make sure it's something worth saying. One insightful comment in a meeting is worth more than a dozen forgettable ones. Third, leverage your written communication skills. Many introverts are excellent writers because you have time to process your thoughts and craft your message carefully. Use email, Slack, or other written formats to your advantage. You can often make a stronger case in writing than you could in a spontaneous conversation. Fourth, create structures that work for you. If networking events drain you, suggest coffee meetings with individuals instead. If group brainstorming sessions leave you overwhelmed, ask if you can submit your ideas in writing before or after the meeting. If phone calls interrupt your flow, set specific times for calls and protect your focus time fiercely. The key is to stop seeing your introversion as something you need to overcome and start seeing it as something you need to work with. You're not trying to become an extrovert. You're trying to create a life and career that allows your introverted strengths to shine. And here's something important: the right people will appreciate your approach. The right companies will value your thoughtfulness. The right friends will respect your boundaries. If someone makes you feel bad for being who you are, that's not your problem to fix. That's your sign to find better people. That your inner world is your fortress. One of the most beautiful things about being an introvert is your rich inner world. While others need constant external stimulation to feel alive, you have an entire universe inside your mind. You can entertain yourself for hours with your own thoughts. You can lose yourself in books, ideas, creative projects, or contemplation. You don't fear silence or solitude because you know they're not empty. They're full of possibility. This inner richness makes you incredibly resilient. When the external world gets chaotic, overwhelming, or disappointing, you have somewhere to retreat. You have a fortress inside yourself that no one can take away from you. But this inner world isn't just a retreat. It's also a laboratory. It's where you process experiences, generate ideas, work through problems, and develop insights. It's where your best work is born. All those hours you spend in reflection, that time others might see as wasted because you're not doing anything, that's actually when you're doing your most important work. You're making connections between ideas. You're developing your unique perspective. You're building the mental frameworks that will guide your decisions and actions. Your inner dialogue, that constant stream of thoughts and observations, is like having a wise advisor with you at all times. You're never truly alone because you have yourself, and you've cultivated that relationship to be meaningful and supportive. This is why isolation doesn't destroy you the way it might destroy others. During the pandemic, while many people struggled with loneliness and boredom, many introverts discovered that they were perfectly capable of finding meaning and contentment in their own company. This isn't because you're antisocial or cold. It's because you've developed a skill that's increasingly rare, the ability to be comfortable with yourself. And this self-sufficiency is incredibly attractive. People who are whole on their own, who don't need constant validation or entertainment from others, who bring a sense of calm and centeredness to their relationships, these are the people others want to be around. So nurture your inner world. Read voraciously. Think deeply. Create freely. Explore your own mind with the same curiosity you'd explore a new country. Because that inner territory is vast, and you have a lifetime to discover its riches. The world needs your quiet strength. Let me tell you something the world doesn't say often enough: we need you exactly as you are. We need people who listen more than they talk. We need people who think before they act. We need people who can sit with uncomfortable silence until the truth emerges. We need people who value substance over style, depth over flash, meaning over popularity. The loud world, for all its energy and excitement, is exhausting. It's overwhelming. It's often superficial. And deep down, even the most extroverted people crave moments of genuine connection, thoughtful conversation, and peaceful reflection. You provide that. Your calm presence is an anchor in the storm. Your thoughtful perspectives cut through the noise. Your genuine interest in understanding rather than being understood creates space for real dialogue. Think about the people in your life who matter most to you. Chances are, they value you not despite your introversion but because of it. They appreciate that you're not trying to dominate every conversation. They love that you remember small details about their lives because you were actually listening. They trust you because your words carry weight, because you don't just say things to fill the silence. And professionally, the world is increasingly recognizing the value of introverted strengths. Remote work has made it easier for introverts to thrive. Written communication has become more important. Deep work is being recognized as more valuable than constant collaboration. Companies are learning that diverse teams, including both introverts and extroverts, perform better than homogeneous ones. Your ability to work independently, focus deeply, and produce high-quality results without constant supervision makes you invaluable. Your tendency to observe and analyze before jumping in prevents costly mistakes. Your preference for meaningful one-on-one conversations builds stronger professional relationships than schmoozing ever could. But beyond your professional value, beyond your contributions to projects and teams, you need to understand this: your way of being in the world matters. Your quiet authenticity in a world of performative loudness is revolutionary. Your refusal to constantly broadcast your life is a statement that some things are meant to be private, sacred, just for you. You're proof that you don't have to be the loudest to be heard, the busiest to be productive, or the most social to be loved. So here's what I need you to understand as you navigate this loud, chaotic, extrovert-centered world. You are not broken. You are not less than. You are not missing anything. You are an introvert, and that is not something to apologize for, overcome, or hide. It's something to understand, embrace, and leverage. Stop trying to be someone you're not. Stop forcing yourself to fit into social structures that weren't designed for you. Stop believing the lie that success only comes in one volume level, loud. Instead, start honoring your need for solitude. Start trusting your preference for depth over breadth. Start valuing your thoughtfulness as the strength it is. Start building a life that works with your nature, not against it. Create boundaries that protect your energy. Seek out relationships that value quality over quantity. Choose work that allows you to use your strengths. Find or create environments where your quiet contributions are recognized and appreciated. And most importantly, stop waiting for permission to be yourself. You don't need anyone's approval to need alone time. You don't need anyone's validation to prefer small gatherings over large parties. You don't need anyone's permission to process your thoughts internally before sharing them externally. The world will keep being loud. That's not going to change. But you don't have to compete with the noise. You don't have to add to it. You can be the calm in the storm, the depth beneath the surface, the signal cutting through the static. Your superpower is that while everyone else is shouting to be heard, you're creating things worth listening to. While everyone else is everywhere all at once, you're fully present where it matters. While everyone else is collecting followers, you're building genuine connections. So the next time you feel overwhelmed by the loudness of the world, remember this: the loudest voice in the room is rarely the wisest. The busiest person is rarely the most productive. The most visible person is rarely the most valuable. You, with your quiet strength, your thoughtful approach, your rich inner world, and your deep connections, you are exactly what this loud world needs. Thrive not by becoming louder, but by becoming more authentically you. Because an introvert who has learned to honor their nature is an unstoppable force, even if they move through the world quietly. The world doesn't need another extrovert. It needs you, just as you are. Now go out there and prove that quiet can be powerful, that stillness can be productive, and that in a world of noise, sometimes the most revolutionary thing you can do is simply be yourself.